Hello everyone, and I will answer the frequently asked questions from our clients. Why is the Regolith commission so large with a small amount of entry? Working with small accounts is the same as with large accounts, but the income is lower, because not all leverages can be used to make a profit. You have the motivation to increase faster, it is a plus for both you and us. Tell us about your strategy. The strategy with minimal risks. We form a portfolio for the client of the liquid securities to increase the rating, and IPO. IPO is our main instrument. Analysts select the most promising companies from those that are available for participation with a broker. In addition, we can use the secondary shares if we see the right moment in the market. Are your funds insured with a Freedom Finance broker? The funds are insured only in Cyprus account, up to $20,000 US. There is no insurance on the accounts of Russia and Belize. But if your broker goes bankrupt, then all your shares are in depository and in any case belong to you. What will happen to my account if something happens to me? Is it inherited? If you officially notified the tax office and wrote your will with a notary, then it is possible to inherit. How long does it take to replenish your account? Usually money is received within 2 to 3 days, depending on the bank. What is the most profitable way to replenish the account? The easiest and commission-free way, a brokerage account can be replenished with a Freedom Finance bank. They have their own bank. There, the funds are replenished without any commission and reach quite quickly. But the disadvantage of this method is that there are not offices of this bank in all cities, and their working hours are greatly reduced. You can also replenish your account with Sberbank or Tinkoff Bank. The money comes to the account within 1 to 2 days. As for the commission, you should check it with your bank because it depends on your service rate. Can I fund a brokerage account from another person's bank account or extract funds to another person's bank account? No, this cannot be done, because this is a restriction of brokers for security purposes, to prevent the fraudsters from withdrawing money to another person's account. Therefore, all deposits are made only from your bank account or from your bank card, which must be personalized. Also, the accounts can be replenished only in rubles, dollars and euros. It is impossible to replenish the account with cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, the broker has no opportunities. Why do you need the status of a qualified investor in the accounts of the Russian Federation? Since August 2020, the government has banned investors from participating in American IPOs and buying American securities without this status. Therefore, if you have a Russian account, you need to obtain this status in order to participate in such transactions, or open an account in Cyprus. This status is not required there. Some words about taxes. On accounts of the Russian Federation, the broker automatically pays all taxes on profits, 13% for citizens of the Russian Federation. In Cyprus, the tax office must be notified within a month of opening an account. The tax is paid on one zone in April for the current year. That means if your profit was in 2021, you will need to pay the tax in the spring of 2022. Profit is calculated according to the broker's annual report. In Belize, the situation is similar to Cyprus. Do you help clients to pay taxes? For the accounts of Belize and Cyprus, at the time of paying taxes, we will give the detailed instructions for filling a declaration and the information on the amount of taxes. When can we expect the next IPO? What shares are we going to buy in the near future? Information about participation in the IPO appears on the day of filling applications. Analysts make the decisions based on the most recent trade evidence, which is only available on the last day. Secondary shares are monitored daily. It all depends on the market situation. If the market has changed a lot, then we closely monitor purchases, so we see no reason to notify in advance about transactions. We post the solution and analysis in a few hours. What should I do if, for example, while abroad, it is not possible to receive the notifications from Freedom Finance? That is, the client wants to participate in the transaction, but the notifications do not reach. You initially warn your manager he is working through this issue with a broker. It is possible to connect Telegram. You will be sent a message with a page link by which you need to sign the order. Why are there no shares displayed in the TradeNet account after submitting an IPO application? When we apply for an IPO, the trading on these shares does not start until the third day. So on the first day we apply for an IPO, on the second day the IPO itself takes place, and on the third day the shares are accrued. Therefore, you can see them only on the third day, after 8 p.m. Moscow time. Is it possible to deposit the amount in installments, or is it obligatory in one payment? Cyprus from 7,000, Russia from 10,000, Belize from 50,000 United States dollars. You can replenish in installments, but we will be able to work when the entire minimum amount is on the account. What is allocation? Allocation is the percentage of approval of an application for the purchase of securities in IPO. That is, if your application was 100,000 United States dollars, but you were credited with only $5,000 of shares, that is, your application was approved by 5%. This is a completely normal percentage. This often happens. Respectively, you can calculate the percentage of your allocation. How to increase the allocation? Firstly, allocation depends on the popularity and demand of a particular IPO. The higher the demand, the less shares are given, the less allocation. We try to increase the client's rating, which also affects the allocation, buying various funds and shares to the client's portfolio. These shares and funds can partially insure the application, so there is no need to worry if these securities are purchased for the entire amount of your portfolio, because we insure the IPO application with them. Is it possible to exit the IPO before the end of the lockup? It's about 93 days. In some cases, the broker provides this opportunity for an additional percentage, from 15 to 25% for the early exit. But this does not happen with all IPOs, and the exit period can be different. You can leave one company in 1 month, another in 2. Is it possible to buy any shares on a brokerage account on one's own? No, you don't need to do this, because the account is open and linked to the Regolith company office. The commission is paid on all trades, even those that you have made yourself. Also, it can negatively affect your rating, which we are working to improve. Also, under the contract, we engage the formation of the portfolio. For the self-purchases of any shares, you can use another broker, for example Tinkoff Investments. If you want to refuse our services, then for this you need to notify your manager in advance. Pay the commission on the open transactions. From now on, we'll stop servicing your account and you can independently manage it. Why do you work only with one broker? At the moment, it is the most reliable broker in the CIS, with constant development and expansion of instruments. In the near future, the Regolith company is going to be an aggregator of brokers. Now the negotiations are underway with all players in this market. Why do we confirm the address for opening an account in Cyprus? In Europe, our residence permit is not recognized in Russian passports, so we can confirm the address with other official documents. For example, it can be the bank certificate about the available balance, in English. Such certificates are often taken to obtain a visa or a receipt of payments of utilities, where there is your last name and first name, also in English, or notifications about the traffic fines. These documents are only needed to confirm your address. Even if the bank statement on your balance is nil, the main thing is that there is a bank seal, your address and your surname. If when passing through the identity verification you receive a message that the verification is failed, then most likely you have unuploaded an incorrect document, a document of poor quality, or it is covered by foreign objects, such as fingers. You just need to follow the instructions. Rarely, it happens due to a failure on the part of the broker, and you just need to try again later. Are there any restrictions on work for citizens of the other states? Yes. Freedom Finance does not open their accounts for United States citizens, as well as for clients with their residence permit in the Republic of Crimea. Can I lose my funds totally? Dealing with securities is accompanied by the risks. We wrote about them in detail in the contract, but during our work, there have never been such cases. Why is the site up and running recently? How have you worked before? Why is the company recently registered? We worked with partners non-publicity, tested all options and strategies using our own money. After that, family, analysts, friends, relatives began to trust us. After we were convinced of the result of our activities, after that we began to develop our own IT product and introduce it to the market. Your Regolith personal account is synchronized in the Freedom Finance brokerage account using the public IP keys. These keys transmit only account statistics. What balance, what securities were purchased, and at what price. We do not have access to your personal account, and we cannot perform any operations without your consent. Also, you confirm all operations personally, with the code from the message that you receive from the broker. Why can't you change the Regolith password? We have disabled this function for the security reasons, and all passwords are generated automatically and sent to you by email. We do not have access to these passwords. In the future, we will connect a two-factor authentication system that will increase the level of security of your accounts. Do you have an office? We have an IT company. All work is carried out through the Regolith Pro service, because our clients are located in many countries of the world. At the time of the pandemic, we did not slow down, on the contrary, we increased it. All communication and work with clients is carried out on the internet. The offices are planned to open in the near future. How many analysts are there in your company? Unfortunately, this information is confidential. Each employee and shareholder of the company has signed a non-disclosure agreement. Can clients work with you having an already opened account with a broker? Yes, it is possible. The client enters into an agreement with Regolith and works according to our strategy in the future. Thank you for your attention. Join our team. If you have any questions, please write to our email.